You can also install a glass here to make it semi-enclosed.
So these are the current supply of newer two-bedders in Canberra. As we can see over here, due to the many ECs around, there's actually not much two-bedders, which is a good thing for two-bedders in Canberra Crescent, hence because you will not have so much supply competition when it comes to TOP.
To compare the pricing for Canberra Crescent residences, we will be using Water Garden and Commodore examples, and when we're doing that, there will be a 7% reduction in size to tune it to so-called the harmonized price.
So Jay, why are you actually doing this with the minus 7% size thing?
So buyers looking at a brand new condo, let's say for example Canberra Crescent residences, okay, there's a reason why they buy a new condo, correct? So these buyers, they will definitely not consider older developments in maybe like 30 years old, 15 years old development. I don't think they will consider lah. So most of the time when they look for condos, it's usually just TOP all the way to until 5-6 years condo. So this group of buyer, let's say if they are going for Canberra area, they will compare these three condos, Canberra Crescent, Water Gardens and Commodore. So what we want to do is to go into their minds to understand how they will be thinking. So for this group of buyer looking at Water Gardens and Commodore, right, they will also be the potential buyer for Canberra in future. Actually, right, why we are able to do this, right, let's say to do this harmonized comparison, right, is because we have these two resale condos nearby that just TOP, because just TOP units are the closest comparison. So we are using this as a best benchmark of what's a safe price to enter. If we were to do a comparison with Water Gardens, they have a 646 square feet 2-bed 1-bath that was sold for 1.152 million per square foot is 1765 PSF. So if I want to so-called harmonize it, right, then this size over here will be adjusted 7 to 8% downwards to become around 600 square feet. So from here, based on the same selling price, the effective harmonized PSF is actually 1917.
Wow, that's actually a very helpful calculation for price comparison.
I'm happy that it helps, and this is something that you can use when you're comparing the very brand new just TOP projects or maybe 1 or 2 years compared with the newer ones that are harmonized. So from here you can see, right, is it good that a brand new one, right, is cheaper or even same price than a current one? Because in 5 years, right, one will be just TOP and then the other one will be 5 years old already. So if I can get something around the same price or just slightly higher a bit, is it a good deal?
Of course.
Therefore, we have to set a cutoff price for ourselves here. Okay, let's say that we are going for the Canberra Residences 2-bed 1-bath. Let's set a cutoff price for ourselves. If we can get a unit that is in similar pricing to Water Gardens 2-bed 1-bath, or maybe just play slightly a little bit more, maybe like 5% more, then I think that we'll be looking around this range. So anything within this range, I think I'm surely to get. Anything slightly higher, I think that I have to do a bit more thorough thinking in terms of my other options as well. On the other hand, let's look at the 2-bed 2-bath that was sold in Water Gardens. Average price done here for the 753 square feet is 1.33 million and size is 753 square feet. So once I so-called harmonize it again, the size dropped down to 700 square feet and the corresponding PSF is 1899. So looking here, I think that my Canberra Crescent price for the 2-bed 2-bath will also be around this range. Anything higher, right, I think I need to think again.
Why, RJ?
Okay, because as mentioned, right, the price for this condo, let's say if I were to buy above this price, okay, that means anything higher than this. For this condo, right, this unit will be priced on the higher side.
But if you look at the current market now, what is the cheapest 2-bed 2-bath? So now it's easily already around 1.6 to 1.7. So if I want a brand new place to stay and I do not want to pay so much in terms of the price quantum, do I have a choice? I probably don't have. So this is something I have to actually take note of. And based on the land bids, right, Canberra is likely the cheapest around already.
So let's say even though we are to go for 2001 per square foot 1.4 million, I think that the number of options currently available in the market is really very little. And you can see the price is starting from 1.5. And 1.5 is if you don't want to stay in Pasir Ris. If I want to stay in the north, my closest choice will be Lentoria over here, which is around how much already?
1.7 already.
So if I can get this at 1.4, 1.5, right, if I really want to buy for my own stay and I want something brand new, then